So, Carol and I would like to invite everybody. We would like to host a time where we can come together in open forum on Tuesday evening, May the 12th, from 7 to 8:30, and have a time where we can share this experience of what is now being called collective grief. And so, Carol, say a few words about what you're experiencing or what this can be.
Well, I think a lot of us are not really knowing how to think about the feelings we're having, realizing that we've kind of lost our normal. We've lived through 9/11, and at that time we were pretty naive about things never being the same again. But I think having lived through that, this time we are well aware that things will never be the same again, and that there is some real deep sadness about that. And as usual, every loss connects with previous losses and can compound that feeling in some of us to a degree that makes it somewhat unmanageable at times. And so we're looking to support one another in going through this together, holding hands.
Hmm. Yeah, I love what you said, just how every loss is compounded by previous losses, and that what we're going through right now, sometimes some of us may not even. I've heard several people experience or even say that they don't even know what the words are for it. They just know that they have a number of feelings or emotions, and everybody's experiencing things at different times. We just wanted to have a space where we could all come together and support and take care of each other.
I think that sounds really like a wonderful opportunity, especially for a loving community like ours.
Yeah, yeah, because we do this well. This is something we do well.
Mhm.
One of the things that Carol and I have been talking about, there's this metaphor parable of being led into this beautiful space where there's all of this scrumptious food. You can just smell it. Your mouth just starts watering as you just anticipate this feast that it's right there, and you get led into this room where there's a scrumptious feast just laid out in front of you, all of your favorite foods all over the table, and you're led to a seat, and there's all these people gathered to eat this feast, and you're handed a long spoon that can reach to the very furthest part of the table. You can reach any food on the table, and you start looking around and you notice that everyone around you is gaunt and skeletal, and they look miserable, and you wonder why, and you start watching them, and you notice that they have these spoons. They can reach everything on the table, but they can't feed themselves with the spoons. And so then you're led to another room where there's a huge feast, and everyone's merry and plump and happy, and think, what is the difference here? And so you get sit down at the table, and you're given the same long spoon. And so then you start looking around and think, well, what's different here? And you notice everyone is partaking in the feast and feeding the people across from each other. And
Yeah.
so one of the things that I've heard about this time is that we have so much love in our community. We have such a gift of fellowship. And right now, we have really long spoons. We can't be close together. We're using virtual technologies. We're using any way we can to feed each other, because it's really hard to do this in isolation. And so this is one of the things we wanted to offer, a long spoon to everyone.
And it's like, it reminds me of all the scriptures on one anothering.